Another big story we are tracking today, the military conviction of Bowe Bergdahl thrown out by a federal judge. Bergdahl is the Army soldier from Haley, Idaho, who walked away from his post in Afghanistan in 2009 and was then kidnapped by the Taliban.
He was held as a prisoner for 5 years until being released as part of a controversial prisoner swap under President Obama. When he returned home, he was court-martialed and pleaded guilty to desertion. But yesterday, a federal judge in D.C. vacated his conviction, saying the military judge who oversaw the original case failed to disclose a possible conflict of interest. That's because at the time, the military judge had applied for a job under President Trump, who had publicly railed against Bergdahl, calling him, quote, a traitor who deserved to be executed.
Now, this is a story we have covered extensively here at KREM 2 for more than a decade. Back in 2015, actually, I spoke with one retired Army sergeant who was part of that initial search for Bergdahl. At the time, he told me that Bergdahl needed to be held accountable.
He still needs to be held accountable for his actions. He's still responsible for his actions. And his actions caused a lot of damage.
And tonight, as KREM 2 brings you more to every story, we track down that same retired sergeant to get his reaction to yesterday's court decision. We are joined in the studio tonight by Nathan Hyun with more. Nathan?
Well, Army Sergeant Nathan Botts served 3 tours in Afghanistan. He was part of the same battalion as Bowe Bergdahl. When he talked with Botts today, he said his feelings about what happened haven't changed. Former Army Sergeant Nathan Botts was part of the initial platoon that searched for Bowe Bergdahl in 2009. The military estimates as many as 6 U.S. soldiers died as part of that search.
I lost friends looking for him.
Botts says when Bergdahl went missing, the military's entire focus turned to finding him.
Our whole mission changed to go looking for him. Now your focus is on search and rescue or search and recovery instead of engaging with the enemy.
Bergdahl claimed he left his post in Afghanistan in hopes of alerting his Army general of poor management in his unit. But Botts tells me it was a selfish move from the very beginning.
He betrayed our trust. And if you betray that trust that you're not going to protect them, that betrayal, you can never come back from that.
The search for Bergdahl went on for weeks. Botts and his battalion personally looked for him from July of 2009 to February of 2010. And he says every day they were putting their lives on the line. So when Botts learned this week that a judge vacated Bergdahl's dishonorable discharge, he was furious.
I take it personal, and I know that everybody in the unit that's going to hear about this is going to take it personal. This is against us.
And even though more than a decade has passed, he says he still believes Bergdahl needs to face the consequences of his actions.
I think he should have stayed in prison. I think he should have had a life sentence.
It's been more than 10 years. Why does this still bother you?
Why wouldn't it? You know, it's betrayal is betrayal, and that will never leave.
Nathan Botts also tells me he hopes these new developments spark another trial. He wants to see Bergdahl behind bars. In the studio, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.